Hannah Murray on TRE in the afternoon.
Joining us on the line now is Janice Horton, aka the backpacking housewife. She is an ex-housewife, an empty nester and a nomadic world traveller. She loves to travel and blog and podcast about dreamy destinations around the world and talk about the pros and cons of midlife travel and making the most of opportunities to travel in midlife and retirement. Welcome to the show, Janice.
Hello. Hi, Hannah.
Hi.
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's really lovely to chat with you. I think it's brilliant what you're doing. It's so inspirational. I read your article in the Daily Mail that came out a week or so ago, and yeah, I mean, it's a cautionary tale. You're encouraging people to just get on with it and travel because sadly you lost your husband last year.
Actually, just a few weeks ago.
Oh my goodness, a few weeks ago. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I thought it was last year.
No, last month actually. So yeah, my passion has always been about traveling and, seizing the moment sort of thing to travel. But since I've lost my husband, my message really is even more so, grab life while you can, because tomorrow isn't promised. I mean, that's personal experience now. If we'd have waited until we were retired to do our traveling and live the life of our dreams, my husband was 65 and he had a shock diagnosis exactly a year ago. And he, was feeling a little bit niggly with something, went along and got a terrible, tragic diagnosis of cancer. And so, yeah, I mean, we all want to live long, don't we? And have a long, meaningful life. But even longevity doesn't necessarily mean that you're fit and healthy and active. So, yeah, my big message right now to everyone is go for it. Live the life of your dreams. Try and make that possible. Put steps in place. Don't wait.
Yeah, it's an important message, and it wasn't an easy decision for the two of you. You were discussing your options for quite a while, weren't you?
Yeah, I think so. It was that empty nest stage. I remember, the kids had gone off to do their thing. We felt we'd done our best as parents. They were independent, successful young adults and off to university and beyond. And we were sort of thinking, well, what's next? And that led to a radical decision on our part to sell everything we had so that we could travel around the world. And indeed we did twice over a 10-year period. And I can tell you, it was amazing. I absolutely didn't want it to ever end. It was just absolutely fantastic. And I do intend, I did promise my lovely husband, my backpacking husband, that I would travel. I would continue to travel. And right now I'm not doing that. I'm actually at home with family. But I will aspire to learn how to be myself without him and to travel solo. I will do that.
Oh, amazing. Don't rush it. It must be nice being with family now.
It is for sure. Good support.
And the places that you've been to, I mean, you've had them, as you say, you've been around the world twice. Can you possibly pick out some highlights?
Oh, gosh, so many. I would say, it's not necessarily about places. It's about experiences that you have and the people you meet, just all the amazing things that come out of a trip, So you might plan like a bucket list trip to go to a place, but what becomes of it is usually more of an adventure. And that's simply because you have so many amazing experiences. And I'd cite a few by saying that early on we did a lot of island hopping. Thailand, down the Andaman Sea, from all the way from Krabi down the islands there to Malaysia. We've done the same, similar in the Philippines. Island hopping, even in the Seychelles. I mean, gosh, that was amazing too. On one of the islands we went to, you hire a bicycle and we found some just beaches that were just beyond belief. More than just like picture postcard type things. with giant tortoises, just wow experiences. Other experiences early on, we did I did a turtle sanctuary volunteering for a week while my husband was off diving. And that was amazing. Sitting on a beach under the full moon, watching turtles come up to nest and being responsible for looking after the sanctuary for a week. It was just fantastic. And together, my husband and I, just more recently, did a lot of hiking in Japan. And we climbed up a mountain. It wasn't quite as energetic as it might sound, because a lot of walking uphill, but there were occasionally where you could get onto what they call them, gondolas up to the top. It was staged, and at the top was a shrine, and it's amazing. The shrine of the eternal flame. It had been burning for 1,200 years, and there was a massive, great big cauldron over it filled with tea. So when you got to the top, you could have a cup of 1,200-year-old tea.
Wow, how special! And I bet you're looking back on all these experiences and feeling no regrets at all, and so pleased that you made that decision to travel.
Absolutely. I mean, right now, a lot of my comfort is coming from the fact that we did so much and we didn't wait. We pulled out all the stops, and it was just fantastic. It was just amazing. We've had so many wonderful experiences, met amazing people, have friends all over the world who I absolutely adore, and a lot of support at home, of course, from old friends who are still wonderful friends, even though they've seen us go and come and go a lot over the years. And so, a lot of comfort I take from that, and absolutely no regrets whatsoever.
Yeah. And with regards to the places that you go to, how did you kind of choose where you were going to go each time? I mean, the world's a big place. You must have had so many places on a list of where you wanted to go.
I think we did have ideas, of course, both of us, separate ideas on what we wanted to do. But an awful lot of things just evolved, and we did leave space for that. When you're somewhere, you can sometimes have conversations with people that lead you to do something that comes better than you could have ever planned yourself, opportunities that might present themselves, and that's happened quite a lot. My husband was a scuba diver, so a lot of what we did was to do with the diving and progressing his dive qualification. And that suited me fine, because I like beaches and I like boats and I like being on the ocean. So even though I'm not a diver myself, but, I really like that world. And so that was a lot of fun. But there's other things that we wanted to do that are nothing to do with that kind of thing. I like temples. I explored a lot of temples in the world, from Chiang Mai to Angkor Wat, Cambodia. We both went to Taipei for the Lantern Festival last year. And it was the first time it had been held in Taipei for 25 years or something. So we made sure we were there for the Lantern Festival. It was just fantastic to see, the Asian New Year, and amazing experiences. Yeah, fantastic. It's absolutely the life of our dream.
Yeah, fabulous. And you were so brave to sell up everything like that. So many people would be, too scared, too nervous to do that, thinking, we need to keep a base, and what if it goes wrong, and what if we need to come home? I mean, how and why did you decide to get rid of most of your possessions in order to travel?
I think it was quite brave looking back. The fact that it all worked out, and maybe that's fortune, I don't know. But it just seemed to be a good payoff, and I'm glad we did it. Even hindsight is one thing, but when you're setting out, you don't know it's going to work, and maybe a bit nervous to start off with. But I just had this feeling that everything was going to work out. So not that much hesitation, to be honest.
And did you plan to make money along the way? Because I know you've been writing both blogs and also fiction writing. You've been writing novels, which is fantastic.
Yeah, that all worked out as well. I mean, my husband, certainly he wanted to be a qualified professional scuba diver that could lead to a lot of opportunities for him, and he did that. And my passion was always for writing. So yeah, along the way, I was writing the Backpacking Housewife books. And what happened was I went to a writers' festival a few years ago and met a wonderful editor who's with HarperCollins. And she actually contracted me to write 3 of those books. And so I got to, in a way, I suppose my ambitions to write came from the travelling as well. It certainly enabled me to get the books written and live my dreams, and that was fantastic. So, yeah, we're quite entrepreneurial, my husband and I. And again, with my website, it's something that I wanted to enable people to see that normal people could do this kind of thing. You didn't have to be particularly rich, that you could use your own skills and talents to help you along the way. I've shown on my website at thebackpackinghousewife.com, travel destinations and travel stories, but also lots of tips and information on how to not necessarily live life to the extreme that we did in respect of selling everything. You don't necessarily have to do that. But certainly to incorporate more travel in your life if that's what you want to do. There's lots of information there on how to do it.
Yeah, no, it's a great website. There's a lot on there. And as the title suggests, Backpacking Housewife, did you do a lot of backpacking? Have you stayed in all kinds of different types of accommodation? Because I did backpacking in my early 20s, and a lot of people say as they get older, oh, it's something you do when you're younger, not when you get a little bit older. You prefer the home comforts a little bit more, shall we say?
No, I agree. I mean, backpacking, there is actually a post on my website, and it's all very tongue-in-cheek. I laugh at it myself because I show us setting off what we looked like, with all our luggage and the huge backpacks. I mean, granted, my husband's was full of dive gear, but my goodness, we look like massive, great big tortoises going along. So we've definitely lightened up. I mean, the last trip we did 6 months in Asia, when we did Taiwan, Japan, and South Korea, and so on, we were just hand luggage only. So it took a while. It took us 10 years to hone it. But my goodness, we started off backpacking, and although we have stayed in hostels, and I certainly have got some recommendations on some hostels in Japan that are just beautiful. You get your own room if you want. You don't have to bunk in with others. You can get a private room. But hostels are good actually. But I like a homestay. When you stay at a person with like a local family, and it's not necessarily in their home. They'll have a little rented cottage or something where it's a bit more personable than big hotels.
Yeah.
We also like hotels and resorts as well. We'd like to mix it up a lot.
It must just be so lovely to have the freedom, that's the dream, isn't it? When you've got a bit of disposable income, having sold a lot, and you have the choice of where you go, where you stay. I mean, it's lovely.
Yeah, we did always live quite sensibly and frugally, but yeah, a little bit of a treat now and again for sure. And you hit it there, really. It's all about freedom, isn't it?
Yeah.
A life of freedom. Yeah, free from worries and restraints, and
yeah. So I know you've got is it 3 sons?
Yeah.
3
grown-up, well, they're men now, aren't they? It's not boys anymore.
And how do they feel about your travelling? Have you kind of inspired them to do a bit?
I think so. We're very proud of them. They're very successful, independent people, and we did travel with them when they were young, bringing them up. And the middle one, he lives in South Korea. He's lived in South Korea for 10 years. He left university from Edinburgh with a degree in literature and went off to teach. And he loves it over there. He's still over there. He's got his family over there. And so, of course, I did get to go to South Korea lots and lots. I know it quite well. And it's certainly somewhere I want to return to.
Oh, nice. So it's obviously in the blood. You've definitely inspired them if he's gone to live in South Korea. That's fabulous.
Yeah, for sure.
So have you had, I know now obviously isn't the right time, but have you had a little think about some of the places you might like to venture to on your own when you're ready?
Yeah, I have. Those places I've discussed with my husband that I've said I'd love to go to. And I've always wanted to go to India, actually. I haven't been to India. I've been to the Maldives a few times. That's just off the Indian coast, isn't it? But Sri Lanka particularly, and parts of India are really called to me. There's plenty of places in the world that we haven't been. We've been to 65 countries.
Gosh.
I love Central America, Honduras, but I've never been to South America. Never been to New Zealand or Australia, very close by. I've been to lots of Indonesia. But yeah, there's plenty of places I haven't been yet that I would very much like to explore.
Yeah. Oh, exciting. And there's lots of, I mean, you've probably come across them already, but lots of groups and forums and things online for solo travelers. So, either getting advice on traveling on your own or having the opportunity to meet up with other solo travelers in different parts of the world, which is nice.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really have a fear of traveling alone because during my travels, I've met so many wonderful people who are traveling solo. And so I can see how you might be traveling solo, but you're not necessarily on your own unless you want to be. I've got a lot of lovely, lovely friends and people that I would like to visit again, in different parts of the world. So I don't really necessarily have a fear of traveling alone.
Yeah.
Solo. But I think there's a lot to it that I need to learn. A lot of skills I need to learn to be a solo traveler.
Yeah.
That perhaps I've not considered before because I've always been a couple.
Yeah. No, it's nice as long as you've got the confidence to speak to other people, and whether it's in a social setting or ask for help or directions if you need it. Solo traveling can be really liberating and great fun. I think you'll be absolutely fine.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a little bit daunting, the thought of it, but yeah, it's early days for me, I think.
Yeah, no, of course. Well, I'm sure he'd be extremely, extremely proud of you coming on and doing an interview so soon after his passing and going on to honour his legacy and doing more travelling. I'm sure he'll be on your shoulder the whole time.
Oh, yeah. I feel him with me. I do.
Yeah.
I certainly do.
Lovely. Well, it's been really, really lovely to chat with you, Janice Horton. Thank you so much for joining us. And I really suggest that people check out your website, The Backpacking Housewife, and also your novels as well. They all come under The Backpacking Housewife, don't they?
Yeah, they do. It's thebackpackinghousewife.com and the novels are The Backpacking Housewife, the series. So, yeah, I hope people enjoy them if they read them. And if they do, please get on my website and message me. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, great. Well, please let me know when you next have a book out, if you're doing any more novels, because it will be lovely to have you on the book show to talk about them.
Thank you. That would be wonderful. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thanks, Hannah.
Lovely to chat with you, Janice. You take care.
Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Bye.